think he's always watching me from this window. I think the neighbor is always watching me because the upstairs window is always open. I think someone mentioned that you can't see my cursor in the game, and it's something that I can't really fix because when I edit the game, I remove the cursor so you can't see my mouse, and it might remove the game one as well? Maybe? So you'll just have to read where I am. The Crimson King. Time to get wasted again. Hello, bartender. Try our cocktails. Alright, mate. I see you haven't gone blind after drinking that cocktail. I must be improving. I'd like entry to the members club. What's the latest hearsay? I've heard umbrella bonnets are all the rage. You are a very up-to-date barkeep. I can't get my head around them. Is that a pun? Any other news? Word is that something amiss. Something's amiss at St. Saviour's Hospital. How so? Patients checking in and never checking out. Got it. I'd like entry to the members club. Wouldn't we all? Sorry, but the members club is out of my hands. I only handle things in this glamorous upstairs area. How can I become a member? You'll have to talk to Meathead, the bloke on the door. So, the guy that's sleeping? I'll be off now. Try our cocktails! Oh, that's Meathead. Brightly colored beverages. What an age we live in. Oh, it's only gonna get worse. Hello, Mr. Head. I ain't got time to chat, unless you're a member. Well, I wanna be, for some reason. Yes, you look very busy. I will be in a second if you keep hassling me. Yeah, I'm going. How about I give you like a big wad of cash? Money won't make that better. I beg to differ. I'm sure he would be very interested. I should give this to someone with a refined palate. Well, Mr. Meathead looks like a very sophisticated gentleman with an anchor tattoo. I'd rather keep it close to me. Yeah, I should have probably given this to Polly. It's Alice's sterling silver cigarette case. I really should have returned this to Polly. Yeah. There's a note inside. CK Members Club. Oh, well, would you look at that? Crimson King Pub has a members club. Nice. So does that make me a member? Oi, where are you going then? Downstairs? Members only. I'm a member. Do you know why the boss puts me here? You're such a fantastic people person. You ate the last doorman. Because I've got a mind for faces, and I ain't never seen yours before. I'm sure you can allow me this one entrance. Sorry, mate. You go near that door, I'd pull your kneecaps off. How can I become a member then? You can't without the governor's blessing, and I'll tell you what. If you can beat me in an arm wrestle, I'll let you through. That's a very distinctive laugh you have, sir. Let's arm wrestle. Where's your boss? Let's have that arm wrestle then. If you insist. I'm probably gonna lose immensely. Ready? Look behind you, a three-headed monkey. Ready as I'll ever be. Go. Well, this is going swimmingly. Laugh it up. Again. Wad of cash. Ah, these people and their unwillingness to receive bribes, you know? So he doesn't want the cigar. But I've got the CK Members Club, 11 p.m. from Alice. Alright, barkeep. I talked to Meathead, and he's very strong. I can't really show you the note. I don't really have it in my inventory. I only have it in my journal. I'd rather keep it close to me. No. Still showing your face, eh? Where's your boss? He's away on business in Manchester. And I've got strict orders. No new members till he gets back. Why's that? He likes to give candidates a good going over. We don't want undesirables in our club, do we? Clearly not. Are you sure I can't become a member? I really want to for some reason. I told you, no new members. Let's arm wrestle again. If you insist, I do. Ready? Look behind you. At what? The wonderful brush strokes in that painting. Oh. What do I do? Clamp. Enough distractions. Damn it. I lost my opportunity. So I have to distract him or something? Laugh it up. So I can distract him. Soap. How do I make myself stronger? Again, with the money. That will make me very strong. I imagine the clamp would be used somewhere. Maybe on Meathead. I can't use it while he's looking. Use what? Oh, nothing. So maybe that's what I have to do? Clamp myself to something? Let's do it again. I do insist. Ready? Look behind you. At what? There's a stunning diversion over there. Take a look. Clamp with table. Yes. I should put what I need to clamp in place first. What? Damn. So what do I have to clamp something in it first? Laugh it up. I'll figure this out eventually. I wouldn't mind a game, but I don't think my opponent is in any state to play. I think he is. So it's a game, is it? Come on then. No man's beat me yet. Except Phil. And Frank. And Alberto. But that was foul play. Bloody Daigo black magic. So are we playing then? Sure. What are the rules? Right. Each player takes his turn, shoving each of his 5 halfpennies up the table. The goal is to land a penny between each of the lines, but you can't be touching the lines. At the end of each player's 5 coin shoves, you can chalk up a cross in the box if you've... What? I lost track completely. The winner is the first player to get a cross in every box, but only at the end of their round. You'll get the hang of it eventually. Ready to play? Always. Why not? Take heed though, I only play for high stakes. How about a pint? Christ, I didn't mean that high. That is pretty... And if you win, what's your bounty? Your soul. Your soul? Afraid I lost that in a game of Chinese checkers back in 49. Yeah, pint. Do you think I made a money? How about something I already have? What do you have? Nothing. Come back when you're serious. But I want to play. But tell me what you have. It's a game of shove halfpenny. It's a very, very nice game. He appears to be in a deep sleep. Give me back my hand, you bloody Cossack. Okay? Oh, he has a wooden hand. I'm not prepared to steal an old man's wooden hand. Well, not so boldly, but I think we can play for it. Ready for that game. What are you playing for? Your wooden hand, because I'm a crude motherfucker. What? But it's my secret weapon. Nothing flicks a penny quite the same. I often feel I should thank that Cossack for hacking off the real one. Sounds like an unfair advantage to me. I still couldn't bear to be without it. What if I just borrow it for the day? Alright then, that will do. Ready to play? Yes. I would probably lose really, really badly. Let us play! Okay. Okay. My turn. What? What do I need to do? Huh. I probably should inspect the rules again. I don't know what I'm doing. Truly. Oh, okay. So we need to get it in the lines as much as possible, and he's a lot better at this than me. Oh, you fucked up. You fucked up, boy. But you got 2. Damn. He's very good at this. Oh, it's neck and neck. Who's gonna win? Probably him. Yeah, he already won. Fuck. This is gonna take ages to do. Blast. You owe me a pint. Yeah, let's play again. I need your hand. You still owe me a pint from the last one. Oh, do I really have to buy you a pint? Fuck. I'm gonna get broke. Maybe I can get him drunker this way, and he won't be as good as a player. I do like the fact that you actually have to own up to your loss. Here you go, old boy. Drink up. Sure you want another beating? Yes, I really need your wooden hand. Let us play. I wonder if you lose, like, really badly, the table gets, like, full of draft beers. I would like to have the feature of skipping the opponent's turn, because I don't really need to see this. Yes! I won! Finally, that took way longer than it should have. I win! I can't believe it. I believe you owe me something. A bet's a bet. Come and get it. How about you just give me your hand? I'll take care of it and return it in no time. Maybe. You'd better. Probably. I'll think about it. Great. I have a man's wooden hand. Now I can probably win at arm wrestling. Somehow. The wonderful brush strokes. Okay, hand with table. Won't be any use. Clamp. That won't achieve much. Okay. I haven't thought this through at all. Laugh it up. I'll figure this one out. That wouldn't achieve much. With iron bar. There we go. I like to call it a pole arm. Don't you think you'll notice the difference in texture, as in it won't feel squishy and human? Can I use it? In my sleeve? What's wrong? Never seen a wooden hand on a pole before? Not really. I need something stable to clamp it to. Well, the table is kind of stable, but I can't use it because he's looking. Your bog standard chucker out. He works in a few pubs in the area. Got it. Let's see if it works now. I'm kind of already cheating because I'm holding my hand on the table. Table. Clamp. Okay, so I did it. I'm winning. I'm so winning. What the hell? Don't worry, I'm just warming up. I'm never gonna open my eyes again. What a dumbass. A long-haired nobleman. An engraving reads, Sir Richard Roma, friend to the working man. I'm concerned for her. She looks like she's contemplating diving in. A woman standing by a river. Private area. Ooh. Oh my, it is a very private area. We'll be, in that area in just a moment. Sydney Emerson. Cedric Wolfinus. Cedric Wolfinus III. A new addition since we last met. Provides a certain regal air I feel I was lacking before. How's life on the razor's edge? Pretty fruitful. Surprisingly dull as usual, don't mind the 100 pounds in my pocket. Nonsense, you must be moving up in the world. I never thought I'd see the day where a dissident like you is granted membership of any club. Granted isn't quite the word. Up to your old tricks, huh? I could say the same of you. Who did you have to swindle to get down here? Convincing punters that you're a Earl of Camden again? You're not far off. I've been painting a few pieces for the management. Quite a few. Hackneyed landscapes and the usual parochial tripe. But it's decent work. That doesn't sound too bad at all. It really doesn't. You haven't heard the best part. Go on. The booze is on the house. Damn, if only I'd embraced the arts in my youth. That's a sentence no one says nowadays. So what brings you here? You've heard about the murder the other night? Alice Fairchild. The poor girl was here on the night she died. That's the one. I've been hired by a family member to unearth more about her killing. I suppose it's decent work. Yes, it is, Sid, and don't tell yourself any different. You're providing more than just solace. Yeah, I suppose so. What's on your mind? Do you know much about the murder? Only what the rag said. Throat slit, in an alley, etc. You've heard it all, of course. Of course. Do you have any solid leads? Not really, to be honest, Sid. I trust you will soon. I am giving you a lot of information about what I'm doing, and I don't know why. You wouldn't happen to have seen Alice on the night she died? Wink, wink. I did, actually, though she didn't talk as she was working. I see. Who was she with? A portly gent by the name of Jonathan Gibbs. He's in a booth at the moment, talking to another girl, Beatrice. I wouldn't think he's a suspect, though. I saw him skulking after more affordable girls after Alice had left with someone else. Who did she leave with? I didn't see, but maybe our red-faced friend next door did. Fair enough, I will ask the portly gent. Did you know Alice? I did indeed, so she worked at the Frith Street brothel. Yeah, she truly had the most remarkable complexion. I suppose she will model for me no more. Yeah, she's dead. Were you close? I didn't see her outside of modeling and the members club. And it was only in the last few months that we met, but still. The Alice I knew was always honest, warm, and very funny. Been up to anything else? Any murdering, perhaps? Keep this to yourself, but I've been dabbling in the aesthetic sector. How so? I'm experimenting with new cosmetic formulas. Cosmetic formulas? You know, powder, lip color, and the like. He's making makeup. Some of the girls have kindly agreed to be my test subjects. Oh dear, their faces are gonna melt off. And no doubt this will lead to some kind of a cosmetic manufacturing empire? Remember, Sid, not everything concerns money. But this certainly does. I've got some snooping to do. Snooping. Better not leave without saying goodbye, man. I will never do that. Cedric. Hello, barmaid. The barmaid wears a glazed expression, her eyes not quite focused on anything at all. It's just a job. Hello, sir. What can I get for you? I'm investigating the death of Alice Fairchild. I'm glad someone in the city is. Were you working on the night she was killed? I wish I could help, but sadly I was at home on that evening, looking after my poorly brother. I'm sorry to hear that. It's no fault of yours, sir. Have you heard much about the murder? Only the usual chatter. The mood in here hasn't been the nicest, though. In what way? Well, you wouldn't notice it from the punters. A murder doesn't make the blindest bit of a difference to them. The girls have been petrified, though they try to hide it. Having to work to make ends meet, knowing they're fair game for some crazed butcher? I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Not at all. Did you know the victim? Oh yes, you couldn't miss Alice with that flaming red hair and a nature just as bright as her locks. She'd speak to me every time she was in, always asking after my brother's health in the kindest of manners. I shall miss her. What else can you tell me about Alice? She was a kind woman who didn't deserve to die like that. That's all there is. Any interesting news going around? Sorry, I tend to be in a world of my own most of the day, so I wouldn't know. That's fair enough. With this kind of a job, you just tend to glaze over and be in your head most of the time. Thank you for the help. You're a nice lady. Now let's go talk to the portly gent that is with with Mrs. Hooker. I wonder how Alice got into the prostitution business, because her family seems to be pretty well off. A full glass of what looks like scotch. Bam. Give us a bit of privacy, would you, darling? Well, I made a statement. Sorry, darling. What do you want from me? This will be considerably painless if you let me ask the questions. Am I in some kind of trouble? Alice Fairchild. Never heard of her. I hear Millbank is beautiful this time of year. If they don't send you to the gallows, of course. You're bluffing. What proof do you have? Half the pub saw you leeching on her the night she was murdered. What's wrong? Couldn't put up the coin for the night, so you decided to take her by force? That's absurd! To suggest I couldn't afford a common strumpet? My wealth knows no bounds. Alice wasn't common, though, was she, Gibbs? And I think you're overstating your worth. I'd wager that you'd always wanted her, but she always was out of reach for someone of your meager wealth. Meager? How dare you? I'll have you know that I left with another girl that night. A girl far more costly than that commoner Alice. You'd better watch that tongue before I rip it out. And which girl is this? It was Beatrice, the girl whose company I was in prior to your intrusion. If that is true, then who did Alice leave with? Why should I tell you? Now correct me if I'm wrong, but you have no further business here. Leave immediately, or I'll have words with the chucker-upper. Chucker out. Upstairs. Chucker-upper? Alright, Mr. Gibbs, but I doubt that alibi will hold for very, very long. I guess I'll just have to talk to Mrs. Beatrice. I didn't want to scare her away. Come back. A mountainous expanse. Can I take it? I'm not sure I'm here to inspect artwork. Why not? There's always time for it. Toilet. I don't need to go. I don't need to go. Oops. Hello, mister. He looks like a smart fellow. Is this seat taken? Pardon? The seat. Is it taken? Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry, am I disturbing you? Not at all, old bean. I've seen far more disturbing things than yourself. Thank you, I guess. The name's Hamway. And yours? Oh, why am I giving, fake names? I'll just go with my name. I ain't afraid of anything. Sydney Emerson. A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Emerson. Mind if I pick your brains? Be my guest? You seem restless. Pardon me for observing, but you rather seem restless. Restless, indeed I am. What's the matter? I'm rather bored, you see, so I cut up prostitutes. Time was that a man could find many a game to occupy idle hands in his establishment. You mean bar games? Yeah, that's it. They used to have all the classics. Nine Men's Morris, Skittles, darts, pinball. Pinball. Can't say I've heard of that one. It's a rather exciting game in which you have to land a pin in a ball of yarn. Sounds exhilarating. Not a fan of shove ha'penny. I would be, if only I could get my hands on a board. It's right upstairs, dude. There's one knocking about upstairs. I'm sure the old codger wouldn't notice if you borrowed it. An interesting development. I shall have to get my hands on it. Shouldn't you be at work? If you must know, I'm in between jobs. I start at the post office this coming Monday. A man of your intelligence must be wasted in that sector. True, but I intend to steal many a stamp. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Stealing office supplies. Have you heard anything about recent murders? Yes, it's a horrid thought that the beast is still roaming these very streets. Greeting neighbors by day, slaughtering by night. Sipping whiskey and conversing in public houses 1 second, killing the next. I drink gin, just so you know. And I beer. What manner of man could commit these acts? That is a question I hope to answer. Ah, so you're a philosopher. I've been called many things in my life, but never a philosopher. And spoken with such humility, a philosopher you are. Did you know any of the victims? I can't say that I did, though I know the first 3 were killed around Shadwell, and the 4th a stone's throw from here. Chilling to think that such a thing could happen in this day and age. I've heard similar sentiments expressed. We all act surprised, but in truth, we all know it's inevitable. The city trades in blood. If it isn't spilled often, we'll all be driven to lunacy. We'll be dashing each other's brains out on the street. Surely you can't think these murders are good for the city. Calm down, old bean. It's all merely speculative. It seems my judgment was too hasty. You're not a philosopher. You have the sensitive disposition of a poet. Wrong again, in a way. Who would you guess the killer is? To make such a judgment would take careful consideration of the facts, and we know very little. He slits the throats of women. Perhaps he has been scorned by womankind in the past and seeks to silence them. He chooses prostitutes. Why so? Surely due to the ease by which he can take their lives in secrecy? The very nature of their work is to take strangers to a private location. Perhaps, or perhaps there is method in his madness. As you mentioned, this is all speculative. What does it matter, his reasons for killing? It matters only that he's stopped. And locked away in Bedlam, or very likely hung. And what would you have them do? To kill a disease, we must first understand its nature, not simply destroy the carrier. Okay, let's change the subject then. I'm sorry, old bean, I'm getting carried away again. Talking about murder. About the Ripper. To hell with this philosophical ranting. I guess he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I don't know why I had the option to give a fake name. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, he's probably definitely 86% not the killer. Not the Ripper. Not gonna kill me or anything. Right? I have no desire to speak with you again. Very well. I need to disprove that alibi of his. Oh, that would be my pleasure. Oh, Beatrice. Where did you go? There you are. She seems very approachable. Beatrice, isn't it? It's a pleasure to meet you. If it isn't Mr. Smashy Smash. I didn't have you for a bruiser. Looks can be deceiving, madam. And so polite, too. What can I do for you, Mr. Sydney Emerson? Ah, the private detective. You found my sister's lost tabby. My reputation precedes me. Can I ask you a few questions? Of course you can. I wouldn't want to deny a brute like you. Well, I like to be a bit more direct. I didn't know maybe I should have talked to them before smashing their drink, you know? Gibbs claims to be a wealthy man. Is this true? Wealthy? Pull the other one. He's been saving all month to afford me, and I'm no high charger. So I don't suppose you went home with him 3 nights ago? Heavens no. The poor sod went home alone. Albeit after babbling to me and Alice, God rest her soul. He didn't have a penny on him. Though he seems to have scraped together a fair bit in the last few days. I wonder how. You're sure Gibbs went home alone? Sure as sugar. Fair enough. Did you know Alice Fairchild? Of course I did. She was a Frith street girl like me. It makes me sick to the stomach what happened to her. Were you friends? Alice was a friend to everyone. Not a bad bone in her body. Of course she could moan with the best of them. Sometimes to blow off steam, but mostly to make us laugh when spirits were at their lowest. She sounds like a pleasant person. She was. Baked me a plum cake when I was stricken by the pox. Helped me get through it. You're investigating her murder then, are you? I'm trying my best. Do me a favor, would you, Sydney? What's that? When you find that murdering bastard, give him a kick in the guts for me. It's a deal. You're all right, Beatrice. How do you know Cedric? Said he painted me as Salome, the beautiful Grecian queen. Sounds rather tame for Cedric. She was grasping the severed head of John the Baptist. Well, we used a turnip, but you'd never guess from the painting. Resourceful as always. Lovely. You're all such lovely people. Where will you be, in case I need to ask you anything further? If I'm not here, I'll be at the Firth Street Bod House, unless I'm in the middle of something. Wink, wink. Well, I'm sure we'll meet again soon. Don't be a stranger, Sydney. I will never be a stranger to all y'all, because you guys are lovely. I'm just gonna go talk to that bastard again. Because you're just a sad sap that came about a large sum of money in recent days, and I want to know why. I've just had a word with the lovely Beatrice. It seems that you couldn't even put up the coin for her that night, let alone Alice. She tells me you went home alone, with plenty of time to murder Alice. That whore. Aren't I paying her enough to keep her mouth shut? Apparently not. Now, I've got a tidy little story for the first Bobby I see. Unless you can help clarify some of the finer points for me. What? What do you want to know? Alice left with a lackey that night. Who was he taking her to? I can't. I promise not to talk. I'll ensure you're given a nice cozy cot and maybe an affectionate cellmate if you're lucky. All right. He was Charlie Finch's man. He was taking her back to Finch's house on Golden Square. He'll have me killed if he knows I've blabbed. He paid me 12 shillings to keep my trap shut. A poor investment. Thank you, Mr. Gibbs. That's all I needed to know. You can get back to whatever it is you do. Please don't tell him I squealed. Oh, you're gonna die. Wasn't Finch like the little kid at the start of the game? Oh, Finchy boy.